a slave to Tatiana's service, cursed by his father, abandoned by his mother, and doomed to betray his closest friend each and every day. Thus is the life of Ectiarn, son of Sirenita.
Why are you still with this group, Kestra? You have not shown much in the way of kindness toward the rest of.
Well, initially, I'm pretty sure Chuckles cheated. That's I don't have any proof, but he's not that lucky. I was told to. Told is a very generous way of putting it.
You say there is a lot riding on your success, on keeping the three of them alive? One in particular alive?
Well, they all seem to be fairly important for some reason.
And you think you aren't?
No.
You've been charged with keeping them alive. I would say that's fairly important, wouldn't you?
Yeah, pretty sure that was a mistake. Some like I got like the wrong package or something. Somebody like switched me with some like I'm still pretty damn sure that it was not supposed to be me.
And you enter this large, cavernous chamber. The walls are made of these huge, flat, smooth stones in varying shades of gray to black. The ceiling rises well over 30 feet, and the entire chamber takes the shape of a very large circle. Semicircle, dome thing. And in the very center, the ground slopes. And within that dip, you see a pool of crystal clear water.
I will trail my fingers through the water and ask, where is my mother located?
Two figures sit at a table. One is immediately familiar. You recognize your mother's tender face right away. She looks well, fed and clothed in her usual blue smock dress. Her brows are furrowed as if she's concentrating. The other figure is an elven man with flaming red hair and an impetuous smirk. He sits gracefully, his fingers to his lips, as he waits with a playful glint behind his brilliant blue eyes. Between them sits the familiar game of dragon chess, the multi-layered game of concentration. Siobhan moves her cleric piece up one level, and the man in front of her smiles. "You're getting quite good," he says, and you watch as they exchange a small smile. "But not good enough yet," he says. And with that, he moves his dragon piece to her king. "Checkmate, love." You look to see that Siobhan is still focused at the game at hand, as if she's not quite believing that she's lost yet. But eventually, a knowing smile does cross her face. "You win again, Veros." The elven man's smile beams as he takes her hand gently from the edge of the table, places a kiss against her knuckles. "That I do."
Who poisoned Richard Kentigern?
You're in the kitchens where you can see two figures. The first is hard to recognize, Leanna, but you don't ever forget a face. It's Will. Soft blonde curls frame a sharp angled face with bright blue eyes. The rest of you would see your one-time traveling companion as well, Monty's friend. He smiles as he hands the man in front of him a vial containing clear liquid. Odorless, tasteless, it cost a fortune. Leanna, the voice you hear in return is bone-chillingly familiar. It's a good thing I'm about to inherit that exactly. Roman shakes Will's hand. Good work, mate.
How do I get rid of my powers without dying?
Your powers are as much a part of this world as you are. There is a cosmic record of your birth, as well as countless others that have been also touched by the gods. The room goes dark, and you see yourself in the stars. Galaxies swirling around you. In order to remove yourself from your powers, you must efface the records. Obliterate the record, and you could restore to an individual what they would have been before the gods' meddlings. What you are asking for is an alteration of the cosmic laws of the universe by some force that rewrites the records of existence, albeit on a small scale. This record is kept in the most sacred, distant place. It, like everything that makes up the cosmos and the realm and the universe as you know it, is kept within the weave.
Ask. Why was I not chosen for Pelor's service like the rest of my family?
You went into this well maybe hoping for some kind of life-changing answer. Perhaps you're adopted, maybe corrupted by one of the books you've found over the ages, but the answer is very simple, Alexander. Pelor did not choose you because you did not choose him.
Why was I chosen for this?
Out of the water in front of you rises the visage of a familiar figure. You recognize her immediately as Andromeda Skyseeker. The Dark Commander of the Black Watch cloaks all of the realm in shadow. His reign of endless torment knows no bounds. An unstoppable force that no man can end. Save the Market One, heir to the Veldahar, born of the Hunter's Moon, cursed by Al-Asran, who will conquer the unconquerable, or else bring upon us the Godfall. Everything goes black and silent. And then in the darkness you hear a baby begins to cry. It's a girl, a male voice says, and now you can see this tiny half-elven baby swaddled in his gentle embrace. Your lineage continues, a female voice says back to him. Our lineage, my dearest Sunrise. You, my darling, carry within you the magic of the flowering. You are a chosen daughter of the Feywild, an heir to the Veldahar, a direct descendant of Asara the First. You need a name as fitting as your birth. I believe that we shall call you. The scene goes dark as the moon crosses over the stone ceiling. Wilma. He greets a half-orc woman who stands in the door. Behind her, the house is empty, except for threadbare furniture, and she looks at the man with trepidation. Where's the other? The man shakes his head with a sigh. It might be too late. Oh, but she's just a baby, and you thought it was a good idea to split them up? After everything? Are you daft? I don't have time to explain. They'll be easier to find if they're not together. And both of the Silence and the Covenant will race each other to slaughter you in your sleep for keeping them a secret. Very well. Get her inside. What do I call her? We're in the desert, aren't we? Give her the standard name, Sendavarin. Wilma sighs. You'll have her believing she's an orphan? A bastard? But he only shrugs. Okay, what about her given name? It's quiet for a few moments and he thinks. He gently tucks a strand of hair behind her head and you see him give her one last loving look. Call her Kestrel. Kestrel Sendavarin.
What is the best way that I can save Ektiarn? I am bound to another through my own choices. But I love him. But I love him. But I love him.
Hear his soft voice ring out through your mind, like the faint fluttering of a flock of birds lifting from the ground in the morning. You cannot. The time for that has passed. The specter speaks, uttering something in a language long forgotten by mortals. And she drags the blade across Ektiarn's chest.
No.
Everything resonates like a cosmic drumhead. Everything slows. Your vision narrows only to the scene in front of you. Like a calligrapher's ink across a page spilled from an inkwell. You see your patron's lifeblood spurt across the tapestry of a night in a void-soaked spray of gore, coloring everything in scarlet and purple hues. And there in the sky you see droplets of the blood coalesce into more pinpricks, beads of pure red and black, forming a pattern in his image there amidst the other constellations. The specter fades, as does the plot of land beneath your patron's former resting place. The constellations that previously played there avoid the region entirely, leaving him alone in the night, forever spurned, forever shunned, and forever memorialized as a deity unworthy of loyalty, for he himself showed none. Alas, scourged he was, tormented, unloved. So goeth he and his creations. Pity he had not known love. At least then his passing would have been more tolerable to his spirit. Deirdre, it takes you a while to fall asleep. But you do. Slipping into unconsciousness. Like rolling down a hill. And you hear that voice again. That old voice. Deirdre?
Yes.
You want him back?
Yes.
You're seated. Out in front of you walks a man. Thin. Gaunt. You know why he died, don't you?
Yes.
He gave up his power for you. He staked it on your love for him. And when you proclaimed your love for another, he could not heal himself. He could not rid himself of the curse. I can help you bring him back. You made a pact, and your patron is dead. Do you know what that means for a warlock? Your powers will slowly kill you.
Yes.
I can save you. I will take over your patronage. I specialize in keeping things that want to be hidden. With my help, you can protect your friends. Our pact will be different, of course. I will find the way to bring him back, and you will serve me faithfully.
I just need him back and those around me safe.
He extends a long, thin hand, bony fingers towards you. Have we a deal?
Yes. And I take his hand.